Big Z Reviews. Terrifier 2 is a new insane horror film that came out recently. And it is crazy that I was actually able to see this in my local town theater. Because this is gory. And it does not feel like something you would be able to see all around the country in regular theaters. But it's actually really good.
You think that guy's still out there?
What's up with you and this clown all of a sudden? You're like obsessed.
They never found his body. What if he decides to come back here?
I wouldn't worry about it.
Wait a minute, aren't you that guy from the costume shop?
Sir, what are you doing?
It wasn't me. He was covered in blood on his shirt and his hands when he got here.
So Terrifier was written and directed and created by Damien Leone. And this is his pet project. And the first film is pretty good. It's clear in the first film, he did on a micro budget, no budget, but he did all the special effects himself and all practical effects, and that I think the biggest problem with the first one is that it didn't really have a story. It just had this crazy clown going around killing a bunch of people. And it worked as that. But I think in Terrifier 2, they actually have a story. And that makes the movie so much better. So it mainly stars Lauren LaVera as Sienna. And David Howard Thornton as Art the Clown. And Elliot Fullman as Jonathan, her little brother. And I must say, I absolutely loved Lauren LaVera as Sienna. She is amazing. I think they found a future star. Because she is gorgeous, but also really strong and powerful, and the whole film is on her shoulders. Because really the star of the first film was Art the Clown, played by David Howard Thornton. And this one, it's clear the star, they actually have a final girl instead of in the first one, the final girl got butchered, and was her his face was destroyed. And that's an interesting way to treat the final girl. But this one, you actually kind of have the final girl, and they have a great one. I feel she maybe go down as one of the top final girls in horror films. But I really like Sienna, and she is her dad had died a year or two ago, a couple years ago, something like that, and but he was an artist. And then made this character for her, and she's spent the last year making this cosplay armor to for Halloween. And so I will say though that I think the dad could have helped her out a little more if he had made the armor a little more full coverage. I don't want to say that it wouldn't have looked as cool or as hot, but I feel some of the damage she takes could have been protected. It could have been protected if he had designed a character with a full breastplate instead of just the booby armor. But what you gonna do? But it's I will say the weakest part of this film is that it's a little too long. It's almost 2.5 hours long. I think it could have been cut. Especially they have some really long dream sequences that are cool, but they drag. And I feel it could have been a tighter film. But it's cool though that he got, more money for this, and he used all of it. Some of the special effects, the practical effects that they have here are some of the best I've ever seen. Because I feel it's really artful too, because how they so many times when you do practical effects and you have when someone's being brutalized, you have the switch where it goes from the actual actor to the fake body prosthetic, and it's so obvious. But this one, they do some interesting things. I'm not sure how they do them. I think they actually do they're animatronics, because Art the Clown has fully brutalized this person, but they're still moving, and it's what the fuck? He's still moving. She's still moving. and like it's so, it looks like almost real, like how they did it. And they also, I think too, they must have done some like prosthetics, like, and have the person like underneath the prosthetics so that like you can still act in it. Like it's so good. The other thing I will say that I wish there was a little bit more blood. Like I could have used more blood. Because like so many times, especially Sienna, like she gets cut a lot, but like when she gets cut, the bleeding immediately stops, and it's like, you know, they don't have bleeding all over, but like, I feel like there could have been more blood. Like there was a lot of gore, but it's not as bloody as you would expect. Maybe they didn't have a big blood budget, or maybe he wasn't going for a bloodbath or film, just more the gore. But like, it's well done, and like, I really love Lauren LaVera. Like she was great, and it was crazy seeing this on the big screen. Like it was impressive. Like I was like, I saw like I think before Halloween. I don't know when but when it finally, I've been waiting to see it, like, but my theater didn't get it, and they went the one weekend, they went wider, and they actually went in my theater, and I saw it in my main theater I go to, and I was like crazy, even though I was like the only one in the theater at the time. But it's a really cool experience. And it's like, I want to see, it's interesting to see what David Leone does next. Yeah, because I don't know if you just do another Terrifier 3 or if you do something else. But I think he does, like, I would love to see him just work with other directors. But I think he does like all the special effects himself. Like, I'd love to see him work with other directors too. Like, he is really, really artistic. He's really, he knows what he's doing. He does some great special effects. I would definitely recommend it if you're a horror fan, but you don't mind gore. Probably give like an 8.5 out of 10. But thanks for watching. If you want to see more of me, you can subscribe down below. Thanks.